Hey gang, this is a special version of this video for my YouTube subscribers. And what this is I've had an ongoing songwriting course that I've been putting on TikTok and putting on YouTube. But for YouTube, I wanted you to be able to see it all in one part. This last episode, which was episode 20, because it's a 4-parter, because TikTok has a 5-minute time limit. But for you all, I decided to put it all together into one video. It'll be, like 18 minutes altogether. But each part will take apart this new song that I just wrote with my friends for a project that we're doing. Someone else will be singing it. But I wanted you to be able to see me break down how the song came to be and why decisions were made to get it to where it is. So here you go. I hope you enjoy it, and thanks for watching. Hey gang, so I promised we were gonna do a complete breakdown of a new song that I've written with some of my friends, and I'm gonna play it for you. It's in a key that's a little high for me, but you don't care, right? Right, so I'll do my best. And afterwards, it's probably going to be a 3-parter, maybe a 4-parter as we break it down. But stick with me because I'm going to go over every bit of the song, okay? It's called Ice Skates, and the subtitle is The Last Time We Said Goodbye. Cool. I left my ice skates in your closet. I don't expect that they're still there. You think I left them there on purpose. I think it's funny you still care. But I'm coming home for Christmas, and I might run into you. When we see each other's faces, I need you to know the truth. I can't forget sitting on your bed and how hard you cried. I really didn't mean to hurt you the last time we said goodbye. I see us walking out together with the snowflakes coming down. Across the street to Rockefeller, pushing through that New York crowd. And when we kissed under the tree, the world around us disappeared. I wonder why I let you go. Most of all this time of year. Sitting on your bed and how hard you cried. I swear I didn't mean to hurt you the last time we said goodbye. Do you remember I returned your favorite sweater, and now I feel better. Oh, I hope you wouldn't mind if I got something back of mine. Time hasn't swallowed any memories, like you're begging me to stay. I can't forget sitting on your bed and how way you cry. we said goodbye. All right, I muddled through that, but stick with me. We're going to take this apart. Okay, we're back for part 2 of taking apart the song Ice Skates. I'm going to go through the whole process of how we got it. So I had written the lyric. I was thinking about an old girlfriend because I was a hockey player, and if you're a hockey player, your skates are really important. We used to have them like custom made because we played pretty competitively, and I had 2 pair, and 1 pair I left at this girl's apartment. And we didn't break up under bad terms, but it was weird because she had left a really nice red dress at my apartment, and she had my ice skates, and neither one of us, I don't know what happened, and that's what got me thinking. The red dress will play in later at the song, by the way, so don't forget about that red dress. So I dashed off some lyrics. What we were doing is we were doing an album, and you know, sometimes we'd start with the music, but the guys asked me, hey, will you come up with some lyrics? And I dashed off about 12 or 13 songs worth of lyrics, most of which made it onto stuff, but this one didn't. I forgot about this one, and we wanted to do one more song for the record, and my engineer Alex, who also plays keyboards, he goes, hey man, what about this one? And he pulled it up, and I'm like, oh yeah, that would be cool. What do you want to do? So he's like, well, how do you want to start it? And I don't know, I started strumming on G, you know, and it became I left my skates in your closet. I don't expect that they're still there. Went to the 2 minor, think I left them there. And then originally it went to C, to D. So it was G, A minor, C, D. And then I came up with I said to them, hey, it just feels like the second half of the verse. Now, a lot of times you don't want to give away a change that early in the song because, hey, there's only so many chords that you can use. So, you know, unless you come up with like a brilliant different melody for that, for later in the song using that same chord, you don't want to give things away. But it just felt to me like there was a change necessary. So I was like, hey, what if it goes, you know, E minor, the C to G, before we go back to the A minor, D tag, and they were all like, yeah, that's the way it goes. However, we ended up needing that E minor. So the original structure was G, A minor, C, D, second half is still the same. It never changes. And back to G. So then we had to come up with a chorus, and we're like, okay, I was stuck like with where do we go, right? This is where the E minor comes in. And we there was a pretty heavy debate about what to do, but eventually we landed that it goes back to the E minor. But what we did, and I thought this was pretty clever, is I said to them, look, let's start the melody on the 1 and then go to the E minor so it doesn't feel like, you know, you're using the E minor in the same way and the melody will be different anyway. So they're like, what do you mean? And I was like, time hasn't swallowed any memories. And then you're off, you're only on the E minor for like 2 beats. It worked, and it worked for me. We all agreed that was cool. So let me stop there and say, we had all that, that's cool. But then this is where collaboration really comes in and is a beautiful thing if you have people you trust and you admire and are brilliant. Because right at this moment, the young lady that we wanted to sing the song, Kendall Joy, came in, and she had some ideas of her own, thank goodness, and she made it a much, much better song. So let's go on to part 3, and I'll tell you what happened. Okay, part 3 of breaking down, pulling apart the song Ice Skates. So, Kendall Joy. Kendall is amazing, super talented, very self-confident, without being annoying at all. She just knows who she is, got a very strong sense of artistry, and she came in and she was going to sing the song, and she said, hey, this is cool. I really like this song, but can we make some changes? Yes, we can make some changes. Absolutely. What do you want to do? So she changed some lyrics in the first verse. I left my ice skates in your closet. I don't expect that they're still there. You think I left them there on purpose. And she changed the next line to, I think it's funny you still care. But I'm coming home for Christmas and I might run into you. That was mine. But then she wanted, when we see each other's faces, I need you to know the truth. Now, there was nothing wrong with the lines that were there before, but that does personalize things a little more. There's someone reaching out here and bearing their soul and apologizing, but apologizing in a coy sort of way. You know what I mean? So that was good. Then when we got to the chorus, the original chorus line was, time hasn't mellowed any memories. And she was like, no, 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 no. Time hasn't swallowed any memories. Much better, right? Duh. Fantastic. And like you begging me to stay, I can't forget sitting on your bed and how hard you cried. That all happened. It was a different girl. But it happened. It was that was a really, really intense, emotional, crazy breakup, and it still bugs me to this day. So I'm glad it's making it into a song, because usually I was the one getting dumped, but this time I didn't want to dump her. I had met somebody else, and it was a rare occasion for me, and I tried to let them down easy, and it was. Whoa, it was intense. So that's where that came from. But then Kendall said, all right, this next verse, I see us walking out together with the snowflakes coming down. We kept that. But then we had a very strong debate about the lyric, about where it should go. And I was talking to her about, I said, she's only 19, but I'm like, have you ever been to Rockefeller Plaza? And she's like, yeah. And I said, well, you know how it is in the around Christmas time, it's insane. And that's the subtext of this whole song is Christmas, right? So the idea is to write a good pop song during Christmas time, but not making it a Christmas song. It's like, is Die Hard a Christmas movie? Debate that. So that's the idea, right? So that's a subtext, but that's not what the song's about. The song's not about Christmas. It's just the time. It's when it's happening. So we debated that, and she came up with Across the Street to Rockefeller, pushing through that New York crowd. Amazing. And then I remember writing When We Kissed Under the Tree, the world around us disappeared, and I wasn't really sure about it. And I sent it to Kendall. She's like, oh, no, you keep that. And I'm like, oh, okay, cool. And then the next couple of lines, we came up together. I wonder why I let you go. And here's where the Christmas comes in, most of all this time of year. It ties in the theme, but it's like not what the song's about. When you can do that, when you can have 2 or even 3 things going on at the same time, magic, magic. So that's the end of part 3. We're going to do one more part where I get to the bridge and the tag, because there are some little clever things in there that I think you can use in your music that might help you. So hang in there. One more to go. Okay, part 4. This is it, I promise. So I talked about the verses and the chorus, the music. As far as the music goes, just one more thing I want to say. We wanted kind of a loping, kind of feel like a mid-tempo, but groovy, that can kind of like get you swaying, but also that the lyrics don't get lost, that the narrative, I talk about narrative all the time, that the narrative doesn't get lost. Bridges. Here we go with those bridges again. But this bridge is interesting. So this is where that red dress comes in. So the original lyric was, if you remember, I returned your best red dress, nicely pressed. And I hope you wouldn't mind if I got something back of mine. Okay, so this is where the whole song happens, right? Really think about this. I left my ice skates in your closet. I don't expect that they're still there. Do you remember I returned your best red dress, nicely pressed? So I hope you wouldn't mind if I got something back of mine. The singer doesn't want the damn ice skates back, right? You know that. The singer wants the other person, right? And so when you can get like a double meaning like that and set it up in the first verse and it pays off in the chorus, well, Kendall came in. She really loved that. I agree there was a lot of alliteration going on in that line, so it was going to change anyway. But she said, hey, can I personalize this? I'm like, absolutely. And she said, do you remember I returned your favorite sweater and now I feel better? So I hope you wouldn't mind if I got something back of mine. We kept that line. So that worked for all of us. And boom, you've got that tie-in to the first verse that about ice skates in the closet, but that's not really what we're talking about here, are we? Right. And that's kind of cool. And we came up with that. And then and one more thing. So, you know, then we go from that F sharp. Time hasn't swallowed any memories. It's just that little half step thing. It's a little twist. It's really cool. So there's a lot you can do if you don't limit yourself in songs. The last little thing I want to just point out, though, is the tag. There's that interesting, we do a little chord change just to tweak the ear a little bit. So it's, I hope to God I didn't hurt you. I really didn't mean to hurt you. I swear I didn't mean to hurt you the last time we said goodbye. I really didn't mean to hurt you the last time we said goodbye. And then again, to put movement in, like there's that part in the chorus where it's like, I can't forget sitting on your bed and how hard you cried. Movement. So we do A minor to D twice and then to C. So those little tweaks, and in fact, there's a little tweak in the last chorus where we say, and how hard you cried, the first two choruses. The last chorus we say, and the way you cried. Naturally, you kind of sort of want to lean towards the way you cried, but that's not descriptive enough, and that's not exactly what happens, and that's not punchy enough and dynamic enough and heavy enough. So the first two choruses we said, and I can't forget sitting on your bed and how hard you cried. And then after setting that up twice, and I can't forget sitting on your bed and the way you cried. And it's just a little twist to pull the ear, to do something different in that last chorus without changing the whole chorus. So that's Ice Skates. I hope you dig it. Kendall does it much better than me, so hopefully we'll hear that recording soon. We're almost done with it. And let me know if you have any questions, but maybe some of these things can apply to your stuff and be better.